Hello, here is how you knit an SSK decrease. SSK stands for slip, slip, knit, and so that is exactly what you do. With your yarn in the back, take your right needle and slip off 2 stitches from the left needle. So you're not even going to knit these, just slip those 2 off. And then take the left needle, slip them back into those 2 stitches underneath, like this, and then come up along the front. So you're making a little X right here, and you've got those 2 stitches spread out there. Then take the yarn that you have in the back, wrap it around the right hand needle in the back side, and then pull it through underneath those 2 stitches. So you're knitting those 2 stitches off like that. And then pull it a little tight, and you've just done an SSK decrease. I'm going to knit to the end of this row, flip it over, do a row of purling, and then I'll show you what it looks like as we keep going and building it up. So I'm back on the front side after purling the back side, and you can just barely see where we did the decrease right here. This whole kind of stack of stitches right here is disappearing under this stack of stitches because it's moving over here to the left. So that's what an SSK decrease does. It decreases your stitches, but it moves everything to the left. If you're doing a knit 2 together stitch, that would bring everything to the right. So when you're doing SSK, it does everything to the left. Let me show you how to do it one more time on this example, and then I'll show you a real life example. So I've knitted right here to where that gap was, where I did the initial decrease. I slip off 2 stitches, and then I bring the left needle back in underneath those 2 stitches up along the front to form an X. Take the yarn around the back, wrap it through, and knit those 2 stitches off just like that. And then continue knitting that row. You can do this in the middle of a project, you can do this on the edge of a project, you can do this in the round, you can do it in any environment where whatever pattern you're following is calling for it. Here's an example of the SSK in action. I've knit this very simple hat with just stockinette stitching, and now I'm doing my decreases, so I'm just about finished. I'm doing this hat a little differently. I'm only doing decreasing on the sides because I want the hat to be able to lay flat. So for this one, I have to be very careful of the type of decreasing I do on each side of the hat. So on my first decrease, it's right here, and you can already tell that it's knit 2 together because the decreases are moving the work to the right. You can see this kind of nice gradual curve that's starting to form here, where the stitches are going underneath the stitches here. It's because I'm doing knit 2 together and it's moving everything to the right. So that's easy. So I'm going to do that first decrease right now. So just knit these 2 together real quick. Gosh, everything is very tight with this yarn. Slip those off, and then knit 1 more stitch for my border here. So we've done that right hand decrease, so it's moving to the right some more. I'm encouraging it even more. I'm ready for my next needle on the flip side, and we want to encourage that same decrease. But because it's going to be on the opposite side, we need to do a decrease that moves it to the left. So that's going to be the SSK. So flip it over here, and you can see the SSK that I've built up already. So here's the same curve, the same side of the hat, only this time it's moving to the left. So that's what the SSK is doing. It's grabbing those 2 stitches and it's moving them to the left. These stitches are disappearing under the left-handed decrease. So I will just show you real quick once again how to do that SSK in a real-life setting. So I start out, I'm just doing 1 stitch here for my border. And for the decrease, I slip 1 stitch off, slip the next stitch off, and then I slip the left-handed needle back through those unknitted stitches down through the bottom like this to make a little cross, and then I take the yarn around the back and I knit those stitches off and under. And then I pull everything tight. So we've decreased by 1, but we've moved everything to the left. So I'm going to knit just a few more stitches here, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Let's do one more. Cool. So here is the decrease we just did. You've got this nice gradual curve that's going to the left, and then on the opposite side of the hat you can actually kind of see this bump that's starting to form. We've got it moving over to the right. So that's how you do the left leaning SSK decrease. Hopefully that was helpful, and I will see you next time.